And welcome to MBA Week 2 of our live stream games. My name's Pete Matthews. I'm joined here with David Ost. And Osty, we're at the Somerton Bowling Club tonight.
Yeah, beautiful night here, Pete. Bit of a breeze coming across the green, but the greens are in fantastic condition. Running probably around 16 and a half seconds, so a really good pace for Pennant bowls.
Absolutely. A little bit of breeze just at our back. You might hear it in the microphones tonight, but really looking forward to this. Tonight's matches, obviously, we've got Nathan Pedersen taking on Stephen Jones, rink 15. Rink 16, which will be our show rink tonight, Josh Studham taking on Peter Thalia. Rink 17, Jeff Ayworth taking on Ashley Halls. And rink 18, Luke Petersma taking on Theo Katsivas. Which one of these rinks are we sort of looking forward to the most in where it could be won and lost early on?
Early on. Look, I think the Jeff Ayworth, Ashley Halls matchup is a really strong matchup. Ashley Hall's got plenty of experience. The Lockleys team have won the last 2 rounds, which has got them off the mark, and +1, which is a really good performance. They've lost a lot of players this year going into the season, so for them to win a couple of matches is really good for the club. And just see what they do tonight.
Absolutely. We did talk about it off air that, they throw caution to the wind at the moment for the second half of the season, and it started out quite well for them. Can we see an upset happening here tonight, mate? I had to ask.
Yeah, I can't see it. I think Somerton across the board are just too strong. They've only lost the 1 game this year. They sit comfortably on top. I think they're a couple of games clear, so I can't see an upset in the cards, but we'll see what happens.
Anything can happen. Just a reminder to everybody that's potentially watching, if you haven't had notification, obviously, from your club so far, that tomorrow's games are obviously an early start. What is it, 9 o'clock start?
Yeah, so 9 o'clock out of Pennant for me, which is, but do agree with the early start, especially with the forecast over the weekend.
Absolutely.
Nice and warm Adelaide this time of year, and this weekend's no exception.
Absolutely, and the country carnivals obviously come to town, and they're going to have some quite warm conditions to play in as well.
Yeah. It's always one way or the other here. It's either absolutely chugging down with rain or really, really hot, which I think that's Adelaide. It's one or the other.
Absolutely. All right, warm-ups are practically done.
Yeah, they're starting off, I think. Yep. Dr. Dean is starting off.
And as per usual, just let us know where you're viewing from tonight. You might be at your home club or at home enjoying these wonderful conditions as we get underway.
It's got Dean Warbridge on the mat. It's only been playing 2 or 3 years, but it's taken the duck to water. Really enjoys the game. He's up at the club a lot over the last couple of years and has learnt a lot.
Mate, you're in a unique position here, obviously playing at Lockleys the last few years, and now you're at Somerton.
Yeah.
You train, I'm assuming, with these boys here?
Yeah, I know a lot of the players, especially from Lockleys, and obviously now moved over to Somerton, know a fair few of the Somerton boys and what they like to play.
Absolutely. Linton unusually loose early on, but that's okay, he's just finding his line and length.
Dean playing the forehand. His weight was pretty good last bowl. They've got Roger Kimber on the mat. Liking the stick. Better known as Walrus.
And he hasn't done too badly with his weight, just ducking under the head there. Is there a preferred side to play here at Somerton? Especially with the wind swirling a little bit at the moment. Is it a case of just finding that line, sticking to it, and then trying to nail it from there?
Yeah, working into the game. Not really a preferred line. Noticed both Lyndon and Kari have started on the backhand, but again, it's just finding that line early and putting pressure on your opponents. Peter liking this bowl. Just a fraction too strong, but grass is there.
Two good starters here from Kari.
Yeah, he's been in fine form this year. He's been pick of the rink from what I've seen and what I've heard. Daryl Cowling on the mat. Been a member at Lockleys for a long time.
A lot of experience. Looking to sit the bowl. Just move your Kari out of the way there.
Dan Greenslade on the mat.
Good young player moving up from the country and across from obviously Holdfast the last couple of years. So
him and Josh get on very well. Good back end combination. Definitely see some shots I don't see.
Yes.
That looks like he's just taken off pace off this very nicely.
That'll be good enough for one.
Yep.
Josh not sure out of the hand.
No.
Might have left it a little short. Looking across obviously all the rinks at the moment, everyone's just taking this first end to work out the conditions a little bit.
Yeah, the wind's just slightly changed to behind the players now. So yeah, it's just a little bit tricky from the roll up to now. Peter Thar on the mat, better known as Tails.
Not the start that he would have been looking for there.
Pretty close here from Josh, just running through.
Just needed that little bit of bend, didn't he? Right at the end.
Tails with plenty of experience. Been, like Daryl, been at Lockleys for a long time. Won plenty of singles titles at Lockleys. It's not just his weight again.
Good evening to Liz, obviously supporting Somerton tonight.
Yeah, Dan's made the call that Somerton one down. Dan just asking for Kitty to come back. Josh playing the forehand. A little bit of weight.
Bad luck. Just didn't quite let go enough, did it?
No.
Dan just making sure, obviously looking for the number early, but we're going to see a bit of aggression from these guys, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
If there's shots there to be played.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the beauty about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just falling short. One to Lockleys on the first end there.
Yeah.
And Lockleys come in with a bit of a game plan, you know, play some short ends, try something a little bit different to just throw the home team off their game a little bit early on.
Yeah, I think they might keep it reasonably simple starting off. I think they want to work themselves into the game, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things with Lockleys is the fairly conservative. You won't see the big shots necessary from Lockleys. They'll play the draw game.
Yes.
You know, put the pressure on, and if the opposition, you know, play the big shots and they, you know, make some numbers out of it, so be it. But I think they'll just play their draw game. That's their natural game. I think if they play outside that, I think it'll just play into Somerton's hands.
Yep. And contrastly, Somerton have been the aggressive team all year, and when there's been time to score, they've scored.
Yeah, the last couple of years played, you know, against Somerton for Lockleys, and it's definitely the difference, especially the top, you know, 2 or 3 sides. Yep. Definitely more aggressive. The skips are more aggressive. They don't mind their bowls, you know, the leads and the seconds to be a couple of feet behind. Allow them to play those shots and picking up the numbers. Just that breeze just working against them, going into it. And to put down a fairly good bowl, the first one. Just needs to correct a couple of feet on that. Josh liking it. Very similar to his first.
Good areas as well.
Yeah.
Josh is probably licking his lips a little bit, saying, look, you know, that's something I can work with.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid also to call a Dan on it as well. That, you know, that's the beauty about that combination.
Yeah. Roger looking a little strong.
As you mentioned earlier, Curry's in form. We won't try not to put the Mozza on him straight away, but you know, if he can drop one on here, the pressure starts to build quite early.
That's it. He's definitely in the area. Again, just meeting Linton's bowl at the back, a couple of feet over.
Must mention sponsors of the MBA, Paradise Motors, great organisation to be involved with, and they certainly provide good service, obviously, to Bowls SA members or MBA members.
Certainly do. So we just had some technical issues in regards to the scores being on the monitor, so we'll try and keep you updated. We are working on it at the moment, and we'll try and get that fixed and get those scores up on the screens as quickly as we can. An early start, and just one shot up or one shot down either way, so a good start. I'm struggling a bit into the breeze.
Yep. Pete calling quite early there to just slow it down a little bit. Josh's speed, Dan's speed looks okay. Might just trickle through. Well, there's a nest of bowls there now, isn't there?
Yeah, look, there's probably down 5 Lockleys. Just need to get one in reasonably close. Just try and cut these numbers down.
close here.
He has. Ooh. Oh. It's a bit of close. Just went across the head.
Probably a good miss in the end, because if he got a little edge on that and it went down the line, it would have been hard to defend.
Dan looking in the area here.
Yep, Josh loving it. Yeah, Dan's right on it.
Number one shot there.
Absolutely. Now does Josh look to attack Darryl's bowl there?
Oh, I don't think so. I think they might just play onto their own bowl, kid him going back a couple of feet.
Absolutely.
We'll give them a bigger number than playing onto onto Darryl's, sorry. See what Tails has got to offer. Needs to get one reasonably close, give Darryl a friend.
So it's got a reasonable grasp, just pulling up a little short.
Might be handy, that one.
Yep.
Josh playing the forehand, looking. Just a little wide, a little too much weight for that one. This needs a couple more feet. Not bad area here from Tails.
Gee, that swung late, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, that might be second wood, I think.
Josh looking for the number, and Dan saying no, just draw me shot.
Gonna have a chat.
But clearly, Pete's last bowl has changed the situation a little bit there, hasn't it now?
Yeah, they've given them second and third woods,
Yeah.
which just, I think what Dan's asking for is right. Just, draw a second shot, get on the board, and
away you go.
plenty more ends to get numbers if required.
He's still looking for a little touch on that bowl, isn't he?
Well, he got it. Just the one. So 1-1. I think we might have got lucky with the rings. I think this one might fly through.
Yes.
They're normally pretty quick, these guys.
Unusual on ring 15 there. Nathan Pedersen having a little drive. I'm not sure whether you saw that on the camera or not, but missing. Very unusual.
And I'm continuing on the backhand, so I think he likes playing the C side of the green. Fairly handy start. Team playing the forehand.
And Nathan didn't miss this time. All right, back to our show rink here.
Good experience for the inexperienced Lockleys players at this level anyway. Definitely a different wind to what you normally get at Lockleys.
Yes.
Probably the Lockleys wind is predominantly a bit more stronger, but just in a different direction, more playing up and down the green. So playing with and against the breeze, just that a little bit different. And that just needs to correct at least 6 feet. It's pretty close to the mark here.
Lovely starter there.
It's actually playing in a game that Dean made his debut in Pennant last year.
Yep.
And his first 2 bowls were touches.
Okay. Well, let us
Which
know.
was an amazing start.
Let us know how there if you started that way. I know my first Premier League game, I think my first bowl was a wrong bias. My second one was right on it and a dead set toucher. So
a good
that
correction.
was a great correction. Embarrassing to admit sometimes, but then again, these things happen.
Pretty good area here from Roger.
He's got good speed.
It just needs to get around that front bowl.
Yeah, he
which
has.
is very good bowl.
Yep.
Again, plenty of experience. Played a lot of Premier League bowls. Roger.
And the only player out here tonight using an arm.
He is. It keeps you in the game.
Absolutely.
Just looking at doing something similar to his last bowl. It's pretty close to the mark again.
Not too far away here. Just needs that little bit of run.
Just run out of puff.
Put the mocker on him. Change of wind again, just cutting away for Dan.
Fairly handy here from Darryl.
Just hung that little bit wide.
God, fairly handy rub, which finished in a very nice position.
Dan takes a deep breath, looking to correct on his last. Doesn't look convinced. For good reason. The right way, just missed his line, just by a little bit.
Now looking for something similar to his last bowl, maybe just a little bit tighter. Gets around that front bowl.
He's just going to get onto it. Well, it just protects it a little bit, doesn't it?
It does.
It's one of those awkward bowls. It's not the greatest bowl, not the worst bowl in the world, but it's also in a handy spot. Speed looks pretty good here from Josh.
It's all on the breeze. Played a very nice bowl.
Absolutely.
Shot. pace was beautiful.
It was. And he sort of knew it out of the hand. You could just see him on the mat as soon as he let it go. He just was confident that it was going to do what it needed to do. Good speed here from Pete. He's just going to get around that front one.
Which it has. Now it's up to the breeze.
Yeah, he might have just
very close.
Agonisingly short.
Yeah, just rolled over, but still one to Somerton.
Set and repeat.
And Josh is in the area again. Just a little bit more, not much difference. Now, this is probably the difference between Josh and Peter, just in what sort of shot they would play. Now, I think Peter's still looking at playing a little bit away, but I would say it's that 6 foot through probably, where Josh probably play a little bit stronger. It's in a pretty good area.
Oh, he just got an edge of that bowl.
Unlucky.
The idea was right.
It was. It was. It was just... There's plenty of bowls in front.
Pete coming up to the head there and obviously, you know, viewing the options. Skip's coming up with a couple of clutch bowls there.
I think Lockleys will be happy about their start. Basically, they're up on rank 15-1. They're down on 16-1. Down on 17-3-1.
Can't quite see the scoreboard on 18.
But they haven't dropped any numbers early, which is the important thing.
Absolutely.
They're in the game.
Good weight from Linton there. Just a little bit missing his line.
Great line from Dean. Dean playing around the clock, and
Linton staying to both hands.
yeah. Seaside.
Would it be the western side
of
the green?
Yep. Just looking for a couple of feet more. Fairly handy. It's a little tight.
Local saying hello.
And the score on rink 18 is
2-1.
Yeah, to Lockleys.
2-1
So
to Lockleys.
yeah. Lockleys would be very happy with their start.
still trying to get that up there each week and the overall score. But I've got the guy from there, that one over there is keeping that up to date pretty good.
Okay, cool.
So you'll be able to grab on that one for the moment.
Yep, no worries.
Except the non-religious one.
Yeah. Just been advised that some of our technical issues are still being sorted, but we do have a master scoreboard which I didn't realise was there until it was just been pointed out to us, so we'll try and keep the overall score ticking over until those graphics are ready to go. We're obviously close to a couple of rinks that we were able to see the scores quite easily. It's a tricky line. You just narrow and it lets go a long way. You're slightly wide and it does hang.
Yeah, it's one of the tricky parts about Somerton. It is very much like that. It's taken me a while to get used to the greens. We were playing out on the front green.
Yep.
For the first part of the season, then moved over to this green.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very tricky, especially as you go further towards the road.
Yes.
Rinks 18, 19 especially so.
Dan, second wood there now. Pretty close to it.
Yeah. Tail's giving Darryl some options. All on his weight. See if it ducks down. Bit unlucky.
Is that a case of once bitten, twice shy? I mean, he plays the other hand. He feels like he puts it on the right line. It doesn't quite do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, like everyone else, I think he's probably got his favourite hand, and when given the option, he'll play that favourite hand.
Absolutely. There we go. First lot of graphics are up on the screen here. Somerton 6, Lockleys 4 after 12 ends. Staying at the head there for Josh's first bowl.
But he's got very much a shot in mind here.
Under Dan with the right weight, could be interesting. Lovely weight in the end.
Lockleys calling a couple of shots here. Yeah, Dan saying the same. Lockleys holding a couple.
Not wasting any time.
It's found the hole.
Ooh. Is that a case on any other normal day that would have swung?
Yeah.
It's that weird wind at the moment, those weird conditions. Players are just taking a minute or two to readjust.
Now Tails has probably thrown it a little bit wider. Sort of got caught. It's now how it finishes. It's going to be close. Definitely one.
Well, the call originally was 2 with the fingers. Let's see what the measure pulls up.
It's close.
It is very close.
Yeah, no, definitely two.
Yep.
Yep.
Good start by Lockleys.
Yeah. Stephen Jones' rink's got off to a good start. They were up 4-1. So they're definitely in the hunt here, Lockleys.
Just borrow that. It's going to get them up on the screen.
Would this be frustrating someone a little bit? Because, I mean, they would have come here with a set game plan, get off to a good start, put the pressure on early.
They haven't really dominated any club this year in any of their Pennant games.
Yep.
They have played the back half of their games very well.
Yep.
They haven't had any really big wins.
Yep.
They just keep winning.
And that's what you really need to do,
That's
isn't
all
it?
you really need to do. Yeah, look, they've always... Whenever Somerton and Lockleys play, it's a much better game than what's on paper.
Yep.
Even the last couple of years when I've played it, we've been in the show.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's just been that little bit of brilliance from a couple of the back end players that make the difference. But we've never disgraced ourselves at Lockleys playing Somerton.
Yep.
So Lockleys may just be one of those baggy sides.
I was about to say, it's one of those matchups that you look forward to every year.
Yeah. Sterlington got off to a good start with his first. Watching this intently, just run out a little puff. Theo Katsevic's off to a good start, and his rink off to a good start. They're up 4-1 after 4.
And on the rink next to them, they're mirroring it at 4-1 to Somerton.
Lockleys up in the other two, so Lockleys up by 3 at the moment. Curry coming in. It's good pace. Just not quite turning as much as he thought. Fairly handy area here from Roger.
Maybe just a little slippery.
Yeah.
You back Curry to correct here. 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in the area. He's just made that slight narrow adjustment. Just left the way to home a little bit. Down to that though. Tails looking for Darryl just to move Kitty just slightly on the back end.
The danger here is a little narrow.
It's down 1 anyway, so it's given himself a great chance.
Absolutely.
And he's got the shot.
Absolutely. Joseph's interested. Is it going to be a little slippery as well?
May have been looking for the shot bowl.
Yep.
Puts one behind, which Lockleys had the two behind, so Josh plays a little bit of weight, can afford to now. Darryl looking for something similar to his first bowl. Still looking at moving that kitty a little bit. It's in the area again.
Might just drop onto his. That's two very, very good bowls.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, he framed it a little bit, and knowing Josh, he's going to ask him to move it, and that's exactly what he did. He is going to go with a little bit of weight. Oh, kitty. And the shot as well. Stayed in?
Yeah.
It did.
Well, draw bowls from the skips now.
They suddenly become leads.
Yeah. Anything inside 6 feet, I think. So, good test early. Up to the ditch.
We haven't seen too many of the rinks play ditch to ditch yet. Certainly the rink just here in front of us, it's not quite on camera. They've tried a little bit shorter, mat up on this current end.
Good test here for Peter. Just keeping his bowl on the green for his first one.
Good grass.
Yeah, pretty good area too.
Yeah, Dan favouring it is down, so it was a very good starter.
Throwing it out wide. It's just
needs the greenskeeper's edge. He's got
pretty
it.
handy bowl.
Absolutely, that's a great bowl.
Peter just needs to probably 3 foot on his last. Looks like he's given it a little bit more. Thrown it out there. It's very close.
That is
good effort.
That is a great effort. Just double checking that last bowl. It was a beautiful bowl, but a little bit of question as to whether it's still inside the rink.
Called the umpire.
Von's going to check that one. Just a score update, obviously rink 15, 4-2 to Lockleys. Our current show rink at the moment is 3-2 to Lockleys. On 17, it still looks like 4-1 from what I can see.
That has been ruled out.
It has been ruled out.
Good call by Josh.
And on rink 18. It's scored. The scoreboard hasn't been updated, but it still says 2-1 to Lockleys as well.
Josh playing his forehand. Just trying to do something similar to his first bowl.
Gives it a friend and he's probably going to count.
Watching it intently.
Just running out of buff.
It's close.
Three. Didn't see 3 there, but
No.
obviously both threes agreeing that it was a 3.
Yeah. That one that was in the ditch.
Big lead out on rink 17.
17.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed that score. Had been put up. It's actually 11-1 to Somerton at the moment.
Yeah.
So Jeff Ayworth getting off to an absolute flyer against Ash Halls.
Must have picked up a number on the last end, I think.
Yep.
So Dean playing the forehand. Saying going around the clock. It's a pretty handy start here.
Good crowd starting to gather here at the Somerton Bowling Club.
Yeah, it was a good crowd a couple of weeks ago at Adelaide as well. So, but what a great way to spend your Friday night.
Absolutely. As we like saying, if you're in the local area, by all means drop in, grab a drink at the bar and sit and watch some of the bowls that are on offer tonight.
Yeah. Good prices at the bar too. A shout out to my wife who's
Behind the bar?
No, she's at home, sick in bed.
Ah.
Yes.
Actually, sorry, I did see that on social media.
Yes, she's not enjoying the shingles.
I wouldn't enjoy it either.
2 great bowls there from Dean. Resting touch up.
New bowler to the game, as you said. Sometimes they don't know any better, do they? Just see ball, get ball.
Yep.
Drop the bowl right on it every time.
Yeah. He practices a lot.
Yep.
Spends a lot of time at the club. Helps out a lot around the club.
And even getting to spray zone toucher there as well.
Just a fraction heavy. Line's good. Good home. Peter happy with that bowl.
Good home by Curry there.
Just looking at taking be 4 feet off. Anywhere behind would be very useful at this stage. Similar to his last bowl. But anywhere behind is good against the Somerton boys.
Absolutely. It has been a case, though, if you look over the rinks, though, is that whoever gets closest generally is winning the ends at the moment, just with the tricky conditions with this breeze swirling a little bit.
Yep. And having a little
Little nibble.
Yeah.
Darren looking to just tidy the head up a little bit.
He gets under it that front.
Might get around it.
It's probably in the count.
Yep, same bowl as last one. Confidence shown by Skip.
Josh looks interested.
Very interested.
He just ran out of a bit of steam. Didn't quite play with the same weight.
No, but gives him options now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pete calling Darren with a change of hands.
He's liking the area.
Lovely weight.
Very good, hey?
Yep.
Yeah. Very close.
At the moment, Lockleys have got all the answers on this rink.
They do.
Grant offering some suggestions there. Drive it. Hang about for a little while, Grant. I reckon you're going to see some driving coming up, and this is exactly what's happened. Josh a little bit off the mark on that one. Not going to hang about. Almost a bit like a synthetic green driving at the moment. It's hard to control it.
Yeah, it's...
I've seen Nathan Pedersen miss a drive. Josh doesn't miss too many, and he's missed one as well.
Yeah, it's got its own unique characteristics, this green.
Yep.
And with the breeze as well, it's just adding another factor into it. Lining up again, I think we are.
Yep. Not going to hang around. Little less
Closer this
pace.
way. Just the one.
Yep. Your other half's just logged on, mate, so might have missed the shout out from a little bit earlier. Pete just
Pretty
needs
close
a little bit of
area
run.
here. Very close. Might be good enough.
Dan's said
Three.
three. Well done to Lockleys on that hand.
Good comeback after
Absolutely.
dropping a 3 on the previous end.
All right, as we mentioned, whoever gets to the kitty first, good chance of holding the end.
Rink closest to us is putting up a good show. Stephen Jones's rink is leading 6-3 after 6 ends. It's a very good contest at the moment.
Pete asking his lead just to back it off a little bit.
That down breeze.
Yep. It's very deceiving, obviously, the clubhouse being behind you. You think that you're getting that little bit of protection, but you You're not really, are you?
No, as soon as the bowl comes out in the open, pretty handy start here from Linton.
Yep.
More commonly known as Wads.
Grant, we're looking at about a 15-16 second green.
Yeah, pretty handy correction here from Dean. Yeah, very nice bowl. Yeah, very handy.
Just holding up in the breeze a little bit,
Yeah,
but
happy
it's
with that.
enough.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
A couple of shots. Roger playing for that tight line again, and he's very close here. Takes Kitty.
Yeah, he got a little bit of movement out of it. Probably a bit unlucky not to guts it then, really.
Yeah, just the breeze held it out just that little bit longer.
Kari's interested. Has he got the run though? Great track.
Somerton boys just getting a little noisier, just trying to rev themselves up a bit.
Couple of big bowls on the last on the rink in front of us, and the third rink as well.
Roger in the area again.
Well, he's finished in a great home. But how do you get the bowl, the kitty to move to those bowls though? Lovely weight from Kari again.
Yeah. Tails giving Darryl the option again. Wind just picking up. We can hear through our mics.
Absolutely it is.
Pretty handy area from Darryl. Just the weight. Gave it a chance.
Absolutely. Dan's obviously been at the head there with Josh. They would have discussed a few different options. Would it be the slightly narrow hand, just looking to play up, just inside the two Somerton bowls?
And the two blue and white bowls in that gap would be perfect. It's in the area too. Yeah, it's just a bit unlucky.
Darryl looking for a little bit of correction on his last.
In the area again, all on his weight.
Might just pull up a little short. Right. I think Dan's weight on his last bowl was pretty good. It was just the track.
Just tightens it up a fraction. Which he has done, but he may put on a bit more. Put in. Yeah.
Right.
Actually, not a bad home in the end. Just splits up those two Lockleys bowls at the backs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Starting to build once again. A few more people rolled up. All right, what can Pete do? Throwing it out there. Josh looking to thread the eye of the needle here. Looked a little narrow out of the hand, but I think he's got the right line.
Yeah,
Close.
Yeah, calling a couple down, 2 or 3 down. Just holding couple.
Similar bowl to his last, just a fraction more width.
He's thrown it out there.
Waiting for it to let go. Wow.
He just didn't.
Nope.
The weight had a little bit to do with that.
Yep. Yep, 2 it is. Scores level, 6 apiece.
So, Lockleys up on ring 15, 6-3. 6 all in our rink. Lockleys down 4-11 on the Ash Hall's Jeff Ayworth rink. And
Theo 5-2.
the one shot in it. A third of the way through the game almost.
Our first change of length as far as the mat goes, and already we're going to need the tape measure just to double check to see whether it's minimum length.
Yvonne's been busy tonight.
What's your call, mate? What do you think? You think it's in or out? It's close.
I reckon it's in.
On the rink, just
I was
under.
wrong.
There you go. Lockleys picking up a 4 here on rink 15.
Wow. I must admit, I've watching Stephen Jones the last couple of years, and he is bowling really, really well. And he's probably got one of the best leads in Lockleys going around in Pete Phillips. So it's fairly strong opening and closing of the ring.
Absolutely.
They've had some good results this year.
Like we said a bit earlier there, that first of the kiddies generally winning the ends at the moment, just with the conditions that they're playing in, and it seems to be the case here. Simon Gitter-Johnson saying that he's going to be here on Monday for the Country Carnival. Plenty of water, mate. Plenty of water you're going to need.
Yes, wouldn't be going too stronger than water either.
Yep.
Speaking to a few people in Perth this week, and they haven't been enjoying their weather. They've been having 43s and 44s,
Yep.
which is a little warm for even over there.
We haven't had much of that for a few years now, have we?
No.
And not a sustained length of period of time. Had the odd day here and odd day there.
Dean in the area here. Yeah, reasonable start.
Linton just looking for a small correction.
And just throws that a little bit wider, but this one is coming back.
Lovely weight.
Just that protection from the clubhouse.
What can Dean reply with?
In a fairly handy area.
Might just get onto it. That's bad luck. Good line.
Another bowl in the head though.
Curry looking to just arrive. Nothing too specky this end.
On his weight here, very
Just
close.
needs that extra couple of feet. Roger was expecting that to let go a little bit quicker than it did, but the weight just held it up.
Curry looking for a couple of feet on his forehand. Just beating his own.
Yep, Josh likes it. Curry's in a very good spot now. What can Roger reply with?
He's in the area again. He's played it very
And
nicely.
he has. I think Dan's almost looking for the same shot, isn't he?
Yep.
If he gets a little bit of the kitty, it goes back to Kari. If he's a little bit under, he gets Kari to push up.
Playing 2 or 3 feet over.
Yep. I reckon that's what Josh has called him. Josh asking it to just let go.
Found the gap. Finished in a nice position.
Looking for Daryl just to tidy this up a little bit, make it a little bit harder for Josh and Dan to get at.
Nice area.
Lovely weight. Just didn't want to let go at the end.
No.
Dan following with a little bit of intent. Just needs to let go. It did, but it didn't have the weight.
Working the backhand rather than forehand.
I think that's the right call.
Plenty of experience with these two, and
Absolutely.
I think Peter trusts Daryl and what he plays, so it's a pretty handy position there.
Yep.
Just where Peter asked for it.
I think the bonus there is he gets back to Dan's, Kari's bowl there, and then changes the shot options for Josh.
Yep.
If he misses it, he ends up in the position that Pete wanted him in the first place. So
Yep.
I think that was a good decision.
Yep.
Josh not wasting any time.
Well, picked up a couple there.
Absolutely.
Even too quick for a cameraman.
Well, we did say that the tactics, obviously, from Somerton would be to attack when and where possible.
Yep.
Just for Josh's confidence, missed a couple early on, which is unusual, but now he's just starting to find his radar.
Yeah, and that's one of the issues. Sort of, you can go a little too defensive if you don't give the shot bowler a friend.
Mm-hmm.
It does leave it open a little bit for the opposition three and skip.
Yep.
To cause some damage. Pete, a very useful.
We might just cut one out, maybe.
Yeah, still down 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think those front bowls and those jack high bowls in the count.
Yep. And Josh being from the drive, now back to the draw. Speed looks okay here.
Yeah, another one in the
lovely.
count.
All right, pressure's on now.
Yeah.
What can Pete come up with? Doesn't need to change too much. His last bowl was actually not too far off the mark.
It's in the area again. Starts swinging now. He might even get shot bowl. Very close. Definitely. Hey,
There you go.
to
Draw
goal.
shot. There you go.
Brilliant bowl under a heap of pressure. I think they
Absolutely.
were probably down 5 then.
Good skips bowl.
Yep.
What's all happening?
Yeah, Somerton just starting to pick up a few shots across the rinks. Couple of numbers here and there.
All right, Dean looking to get Lockleys off to a good start here on our show rink. Lovely starter here.
Yeah, beautiful start.
Lockleys picking up, Somerton picking up a 5 here on rink 15 to get the score back to 10-7 to Lockleys. On our current rink, we've got 7-6 to Lockleys as well, 14-4 with the Jeff Ayworth, Ashley Hall's rink. I can't quite see Theo's score at the moment. $6-5 to Somerton. And leaving the door open here for Roger.
Watching it intently.
Might just be a little runny, but not much.
Wind just picked up at the right time.
Absolutely. We might end up in the next suburb the way we're going here at the moment. Blowing a gale. Gary watching this bowl. Lovely bowl.
Yeah.
Roger in the right area again, but just a little slippery.
Makes
weight.
his own.
Good weight.
Yeah. Curry playing the forehand again.
Yep. Well, he's only got to get to his own or better it.
Yeah, two very good bowls.
Absolutely. Crowd's got a little bit bigger. After work drinks, everyone's here now.
Hard to find a seat.
It is. A few people walking around the outside of the greens, trying to get a spot on the other end of the rink. Peter liking this from Darryl, but just getting onto Kari's bowls. Bit unlucky.
Dan playing the same hand.
He's in the area. Josh likes it. Looks pretty good from here. Yeah, that'll be number one. Great bowl.
Nice bowl.
Great bowl, Dan Greenslade.
Darryl not needing to change too much from his last bowl. He's very close to the mark on his last.
Very close. That is a
Brilliant
great
bowl.
reply. Well done, Darryl.
Just turning up the wick a bit.
Absolutely.
Both teams.
Dan just had a little bit of threw the head back a little bit going, I just bowled the perfect one and you've just taken it off of me. It's a good bowl from Darryl.
Dan liking this one.
Absolutely. Looking to sit it. Yeah. Oh, bad luck. You don't have to be dead to be stiff. He's bowled two pearlers.
Changed Peter's hand at all. Roger and Peter are having a discussion. Roger saying something down at his end. Done. He's playing backhand.
Looking to play through the head. Well, cleared it out of the way.
Yeah, opened it up. They're in a similar position, only having one bowl in the head.
Yep. Josh will be looking for something similar to what Dan did. Just hung a little high. Wow, does Pete go for the same bowl?
And still looking on his backhand. Any movement of Kitty?
Well, it could spring forward slightly. If he gets it sideways, it could go to their two bowls.
It's very close.
He's decided just to dead draw it. All right. Josh will probably be a little more aggressive here. And for one or two rolls out of that one bowl of Lockleys in the head.
It's very close.
Yeah, he is close. Just going to arrive on it.
There you
Oh,
go.
that is brilliant bowling, Josh.
was looking for more, but
Yep.
only got 3 in the end.
Probably needed another half turn out of that one bowl, wasn't it? Really,
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. Achieved his main aim.
Absolutely. What you might have heard through the effects microphones, the wind's just died a little bit, and players are playing more bowls with that little bit more surety, a little bit more confidence, knowing that it's going to do what it needs to do. Great starter.
Yeah, good start. They just shortened the ends in again.
Yep.
Got away with it this time. Right length. Not a bad reply from Dean. Strong, but good home.
Well, it's got value. I mean, especially with Dan and Josh being a little more aggressive, and Pete's showing that he can play up through the head. He's not too short on many occasions. So yeah, it's got value.
Got all the scores up and running.
All right. Be a good change. The weight is good. Just ducking off.
Curry in the area again.
Absolutely.
Liking the change of
Length. I think for the start of the game on this rink here, the Dean and Roger combination have probably just had the measure of Linton and Curry.
Yep.
Now, obviously, it's sort of switched a little bit, potentially with the change of length.
Yeah. Start seeing a few of these shots from Roger.
Yep.
Roger's playing very well. He's always giving his bowl a chance. And if he's in the right areas, he'll have a little bit of luck with it. Plus some very good bowls as well.
Absolutely. Curry looks to be in the right area again. Well, 2 brilliant bowls from Curry.
Hey, you're getting there.
Roger looking for something similar to his last. On his forehand.
I mean, if he gets it right, that first bowl of Dean's really comes into play.
Yeah. Just a little fraction wide, but again, the wind dropping down a bit. It's just changing things.
Dan looking to just arrive. If he can get to that back bowl, it's a very, very good shot. Dan's found his range in the last couple of innings, hasn't he?
He has. And this is probably where the difference is between the two rings. If it was Lockleys holding these type of shots, there'd be definitely weighted shots being played through the head.
Yep.
Lockleys are a little play more the draw game.
Darrell's giving us a good chance.
Just needs the hold.
Oh, he's got it
played it
perfect.
brilliantly. And that's the beauty of the draw game.
We got mods and curry. Like, draw a touch it, tuck it in, make 3. Yeah.
Darrell changing the head there perfectly at probably the right time.
Yeah.
Josh is watching this with some intent. Oh, Dan again.
Holding shot. Darryl and Peter both watching this intently. Just the weight.
Gave it a chance.
Yeah, he did.
I think Josh should just be looking to tuck this in now, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Move it back a foot,
Yeah.
hide it,
Yep. 3.
and for 3. Josh is ready to go. Not wasting any time. On the mat. Bang. He's not too far away, yeah? Oh, just hanging a little bit, but again, gave it a great opportunity.
Yeah, just probably just a fraction too strong. That's the beauty of our sport. The top players, all the top players generally play a very quick game. Watching a couple of weeks ago, really quick, Aaron Wilson's, all those type of things. I know a few other sports are having issues with how slow the game can get sometimes, and it's the beauty that all our top line players are generally
Get
really
on with
quick
it.
on the mat.
Is that a case if they want to get into the bar as quickly as possible?
May have something to do with
Yeah,
it.
why not?
Yeah.
All right, Josh wasting again, no time there. He's got his shot in mind and he's going to play it. It looked like he had a little less weight on it. Ooh.
They've just changed it back to 1.
Well, it opens it up now for Pete a little bit, doesn't it? Because now he can just sit Dan's bowl.
It's pretty close to the mark here.
Kitty down the line's good too.
Yeah, very
Oh,
nicely
very,
done.
very well done.
Is that 3, 4? 5.
5. That's
Wow.
a huge bowl.
Wow. Sheesh, big.
Well, as I said, Josh just changing the angles a little bit there, opened it up,
Yep.
and you did call it right from the get-go that Dean's first couple of bowls there come into play.
Yep. Bowl from Native. Peterson just got rid of the...
Simon Jones obviously getting out to a 13-7 lead after it got a little close there for a couple of ends.
Definitely tied up the scores a little bit more. Good contest.
Dean with a good little starter again.
Yeah, very handy. I know last year he probably would have been disappointed with that bowl, but this year I think he's learnt a lot. Playing the season, the Premier League. Lots of fine bowlers he would have played against. Would have learnt a lot.
Sometimes it's not about nailing it, is it?
Nope.
Not at this level.
No.
You just got to put it in good positions. Foot behind, foot and a half behind. It's always got value. Lovely starter from Linton.
Dean's in the area again. Maybe just
Cutting.
Yeah. Shaw's picking up some shots against Jeff Ayworth. Getting a little tighter. Ring not losing it at all, fighting hard.
Roger just putting in a bomb.
He's having a fine game.
Absolutely. That front end's holding Lockleys in good stead at the moment.
It is.
A good battle. Curry just pulling up short, but again, he's in the area.
Yeah. I did commentate the grand final last year between Somerton and Westlake.
Yes.
And it was the difference between the two was the front end of Somerton. So, you know, Lockleys keeping it there, keeping it tight. And handy behind.
Absolutely. Curry watching it with a bit of intent. Josh hoping it's going to just get down, but it's in a very good home.
Starting to put balls in the head. Yeah.
That's been the difference with Somerton now, just starting to get that little bit of rhythm at the front end.
Yeah. Bad line from Darryl here. Drops a little bit more.
That's in a handy home too.
Yeah.
Dan will be looking just to arrive. A little bit of movement's good as well. Josh starting to get interested now. Well, best case result in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's opened it up. Peter would like a second one in there. It's a pretty good area.
Good ball.
Very nice ball. Yeah, that's what he would have asked for.
He's been around the mark most ends, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Keeping Somerton honest, keeping the back end honest.
Oh, I'd hate to think how many Pennant games Darryl and Peter would have played. Oh, no, real unlucky. A couple.
2 or 3 at least. Oh no, it might be only 2.
Another one, similar running, finishing behind goal.
Pete himself's come up with some pretty big bowls tonight already. What can he do here?
It's very
Good weight. Josh again with lovely weight. Breeze just picking up it right at the last moment. Misses that bowl. He's probably a little bit in a good spot to just stop Josh attacking a little bit. Dan likes it. He's called it early.
stirred up.
Oh,
Just the one.
just the one.
Luke Pettersmire. Rink has picked up a few shots over the last couple of ends to stretch the lead a bit.
Ash Halls has narrowed the gap a little bit. I think it was 14-1 or 11-1 at one stage, somewhere around there.
So, still game on.
Absolutely.
Ray, put a yard on it.
Another measure.
Yeah, a bit surprising. Well, I suppose no. Lockleys took a couple of shots off the last short end, so
Yep.
maybe they throw it back at them and see how they go.
It almost looks like the same length as the last one. The mat's a little further back in that direction, and the kiddie's probably a little closer towards them in this direction. Like most things, good thing to double check if you're not sure. You want to go on a call this time, mate? You called it just in last time. Out. Yep. So it's about right. It was the same length as last time, just short.
Be interesting to see what Somerton do here now. They go short again, bring it a bit further down, play more into the clubhouse, less affected by the breeze.
Yeah, is that the right length? Everyone might be busy again here. No,
Happy to
they're
play.
happy to play it.
So both,
Pete's pretty confident that it's in.
both playing the same length.
It's interesting, isn't it? Considering that generally if one's playing a bit shorter and they don't get the right length and you get a chance with the kiddie, you change it. Here again, Linton, just a little runny.
Just with the clubhouse, just wind not affecting the bowls as much, so just travelling a little bit further through.
It's a hard thing to correct, isn't it? Because in your mind, you're like, I've got to give it a little bit. And then once it gets to that area that's either picking up the speed or losing the speed, it changes.
Yep. See if it's affected Roger at all.
Certainly been the form player of the rink. Him and Darryl have put in some very, very good bowls at just about the right time. And
again, he's just that little bit through.
And Pete, Skip has bowled a couple of big bombs at just the right time as well. So Lockleys certainly giving a good show here at the moment. Kari likes it. Lovely weight. Curry's just coming into his own, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, just that playing the shorter length, he's enjoying it. Which just needs to take a fraction off.
Pete likes it. He's down looking at it hard.
It's pretty close here.
He's just going to hang. He took a little bit off, but only a fraction.
Yeah.
Curry a touch tighter. And get to that bowl, it's going to be good too.
Couple down. Holding a couple.
Well, tonight this has been where Darryl's specialised, hasn't he?
Yep. Come up with under the gun. It's in the area.
Speed looks okay. Oh, just getting a little big on him, but not too big.
Very good home.
Yep. Dan's last few ends have been very good as well, so just finding his range.
Yeah, the bowls have improved since the winds dropped
dropped
that fraction.
Yep. Commentator's curse just just gave me a rap, and he's just dribbled past.
You're getting past this one, Arnie.
Darryl doesn't need to adjust too much here.
Nah.
It's in the area again.
Yep.
And the weight, it's adjusted the weight nicely.
He's got shot.
Yeah. Good combination of bowls there from Darryl.
Dan changing hands. No objection from Josh. A little bit dangerous going on that hand. But
Let it go.
You can see the advantages if he gets it right.
Little too quick.
Yep.
Speed and on the mat.
Your eyes lit up like a Christmas tree, didn't it?
Did.
Pete with a little chat to his front end.
I'd be pretty happy with them.
Absolutely. All right, what's Joshy thinking here?
Well, I think Pete's thinking I need to put a friend in. And then the advantage Lockleys have got is they've got all the back bowls, so Josh can't go too heavy.
Yep.
And Pete's in the area here.
Little touch on this kitty back to Darryl's bowl would be ideal.
Maybe a little too much. Unlucky.
Well, now it's just back on the draw, isn't it? Might be a little runny.
Again, I wonder if Pete would be looking at that bowl, trying to get it on the backhand to try and push it out.
Yep. If he gets the kitty through, well, then they've got all
Kitty
the backwoods.
goes all the back. He's down the line again, which is similar to the previous end coming this way. Everything's in his favour. Take a little bit longer on the mat.
Giving himself a good opportunity here. Wow, that
great
wasn't
try.
far away either. Somerton just getting a bit up and about now. Oh no, I think he thinks he's given this away, and that was a good miss in the scheme of things.
Just the one.
Yep. Take the one and run.
Yeah.
I think the idea was right to get to that back bowl, but the risks associated with that, like you said, Kitty goes down the line and they're down a heap.
Yeah. All right, so they've taken that all the way back. They're going the full distance.
Looks like it. 3/4.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if Mods went 3 all the way. He'd be struggling to get there.
Overarm, not underarm.
Yeah. Very solid player. Vincent Modra.
Certainly
Yeah, pretty good
a
start.
reasonable starter.
Let's see if-
Just missing his line a little bit there.
Green's still running at a fairly good pace, probably looking at 15 and a half, maybe 15.
Conditions will now change, won't they?
Yeah.
Sun's just about to go down behind us.
Odds in the area again. Yeah, two pretty handy bowls. Yeah, we noticed a couple of weeks ago at Adelaide, it changed significantly, probably,
Yes.
adjusted by 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds.
Pretty good correction here. Just gonna duck under.
Bit unlucky, but it's a bowl on the head.
In the crowd, you might hear roaring in the background. Jeff Ayworth has just driven out a bowl, and then Nathan Pedersen did exactly the same thing on his rink. So, getting this crowd all excited. Curry just looking for that little bit of weight.
Both rinks holding significant numbers as well.
Yeah.
And Somerton have picked up 2 pretty big numbers.
Everything's right there. That's the overall right there. 15,
3, 4, I'd say, on Nathan's rink.
Yep.
We're looking at a significant number on Jeff Ayworth's rink. Well, only three. I thought it was a bit more than that. About how long the tape was out, I thought it was a fairly big number.
Just shows you, though, I mean, both times on Nathan's rink and also on Jeff's rink there, that the opposition only got one bowl in the head.
Yep.
Those guys are good enough to be able to drive that one bowl out and make a significant number.
Rogers played a beautiful shot through the head, changed it up.
Yeah.
A few down now, that just the one.
Dan looking for this one to swing back late. And he's played it pretty well.
Yeah, a couple of shots. Test for Darryl, playing a little bit longer length. He's enjoying the shorter lengths.
What can Darryl do here?
On his weight, I think the line's pretty good. But
It's just going to pull up. Dan looking to add to his last. Might just be a touch quicker.
He should start turning late though.
Oh yeah, did it ever. Two brilliant bowls. Dan's really coming into his own the last 4 or 5 ends, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah.
Front end start putting a few bowls there, and Roger goes off because Roger's the one that's been spoiling the party a little bit.
Yeah. And it's also tougher, a little bit tougher for the workers as well.
Yep.
Pretty much coming straight from work, and Darryl's bowled a bomb again. He's getting him out of trouble.
Well, but there's only one in the head, though. We did talk about this with the couple of rinks a minute ago.
Yep.
Josh will be looking for 2 or 3 turns out of that.
And the disadvantage this time as well is they've got nothing behind. It's just that one bowl. So Josh will go pretty hard at it.
He's got the kitty clean. Oh, no.
No, he's got away with it.
Yep. Kitty bouncing around the rink this end.
Yeah. So maybe, possibly, just the one, I'd say.
Yep.
Play the forehand. Keep 5 feet.
If you ever need a skip's bowl, now's the time, isn't it?
It's in the area.
Got to skirt that bowl.
If it does, it's going to be close. It's just going to hang out. Oh, no, they're calling one.
Yep. Josh will find himself a little bit stiff on that last one because he gets the kitty clean. He probably follows it all the way to the well.
It's got the weights.
Looks like it's just slowing down.
A bit disappointed in himself.
Absolutely. Well, he gets to add a number here. Free hit.
Yeah. In the area again.
Looks like he's got better speed too. Oh, just pulling up a little bit.
It's good enough though.
Yep.
Very good bowl, Arnie. Good.
Oh, it's just the one.
Very good.
Angle's deceiving from where we're sitting.
Yeah. Lights are on.
And the shadows are just taking effect on the greens. So interesting few ends coming up now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Change of conditions.
Playing through sunlight, playing through shadow.
Yep.
All those type of things.
Just that little bit more concentration needed. The crowd keeps coming in here at Somerton, so a good turnout. Lockleys back to this slightly shorter length.
Handy start from Tony just running out. So we're halfway through, 9 shots in it. Solid start from Linton.
Yeah, he's really found his range, hasn't he now? Good person to have on the mat too.
Oh yeah. Had a few games of bowls over the years with Linton.
Yep. Dean just giving this one a good chance. But again, just falling short.
Just that slight adjustment. Look for that sort of 2 or 3 feet over.
Linton just looking to
He's in
get
the
to his
area
bowl
too.
or better. Good start once again. Some score updates as you would have seen on the screen there. Rink 15, all level at 13 apiece. Show rink here, Pete Talia is 14-10 up. Jeff Ayworth is out to a 20-7 lead. That's a big...
Roger's done it again.
He's done it again. That's a big lead at the moment. And Theo coming back on that rink there. They were down 6 or 7 shots a minute ago, and now it's 18-17 their way.
Wow. Big comeback. Yeah, that's very nicely done from Theo's rink. They had lost a few ends in a row, so to get back a few shots, very well done. Roger looking at a similar type shot onto his own bowl. Just try and push his own bowl through. And
he's been the man when it's been jack high, hasn't he?
Yep.
He's just found his way into the head and sat and stayed beautifully. No doubt would be frustrating the Somerton boys.
he likes it again. Pete likes it too. He's played it beautifully. Yep, very nicely done.
Yep, changes the angle as well.
So Carey's going to follow him down.
Yep.
Play with a bit of weight through the 2 bowls. Just a fraction of weight. It's a bit tight. With a bit more weight than I thought he would.
Yep. Although good to see Josh calling the number 2 to have a little bit of a run at it, change the head up a little bit, change the angles, give him something to work with.
Get rid of your frustrations.
A little bit.
Yeah, don't mind that.
I mean, you pretty much will guarantee that Dan's going to probably look for something similar.
And that can change the opposition's skip's mind on what he wants to be done as well.
That's
so
right.
I reckon Daryl's put it in the A1 position. So I think this is going to be slow.
No. He's got to get one of those 2 bowls.
He's cleared out.
Everything, barring that one at the front for Somerton.
One behind, so they're
yep.
both Ninson's bowls, but probably reduces the type of shot being played now. Daryl's in the area again.
Absolutely. Do you think in that occasion, just asking Dan to more of a swinger rather than a flat-out drive?
Yeah. It's going again.
Best case scenario, he doesn't lose his bowl. He's got something then at the back. So he's got one of the 2. Dan sees the funny side of it. Josh can't be too aggressive here, can he? It's a delicate spot. Does he look to arrive with a yard or 2, depending on what Pete does with this bowl? Oh, there you go. There was a score malfunction there on the Luke Petersma Katsivas rink. It's actually 17-8, not 17-18. And Pete has just bowled an absolute bomb.
This ain't going to be slow.
No, this will be kill the end.
So they've now only got 1 bowl in the head, 1 bowl on the green.
Wow. It's just drawing another one, really. As long as I'm not...
Well, every time Pete's come up to the head, generally the next bowl's an absolute hurler. But his first one's going to be hard to beat. So if he can get to that 1 bowl of Somerton's in the head.
I think the old heads of Somerton are having a bit of a chat to the young heads in regards to the next bowl too. So it'd be interesting to see what Josh plays.
Yep.
Except they've only got 1 bowl on green now, so... He's in the area.
He only needs to turn that one.
He's played
on.
it perfect. Yeah.
And he's got another one.
So there's 4 or 5. Josh sounds a bit surprised, but when you got 6 bowls on the bank...
Josh has decided that, no, I'm just going to draw. It's gone from the drive to the draw. Doesn't look too bad. Well, that's a bit unlucky, but he has certainly cut the number down anyway.
Yeah. Back down to 2. Yep.
All right, it's going to be interesting to see the tactics now that, as you said, the old heads have spoken to the young heads a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was pretty obvious what Josh needed to do the last bowl.
Yep. But, 2 rinks for Somerton, really powering ahead.
Yeah, I think, that is the issue with Lockleys is just, the depth.
Yep.
But some of these guys are not going to have this experience, and they'll become better bowlers from the experience.
Yes. Been just going off the boil a little bit the last few ends.
Yeah.
Is that the Pressure building, I think, from Linton.
Yeah.
Linton's just started to find his line a little bit.
Yeah. Becomes a mental game.
Yep.
You know you need to get it close or else your opposition lead will start taking control.
Yep. And again, Linton in a reasonably good area to start us off.
He wasn't happy.
Certainly the front end's been thwarted by Roger when they have got them close. So
Much better bowl here from Dean.
lovely correction.
And that's the important thing too is, you know, if you bowl a bad one, if you can correct it, well, you soon forget about that bowl for the next end.
Well, I mean, most bowlers know that it's also bowls is a 50% game, isn't it? It's a bit like baseball, you know. Baseball's only, 30% hitting, and you're actually
a good player.
You're actually a good player.
Superstar.
Same in bowls. If you can get that 50% right most of the time, and occasionally get the 100% right, well, then you're gonna do well.
Yeah.
Rogers looking again.
He's in the area again.
Oh,
He's played it well again.
He's certainly keeping Somerton honest, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. And knowing Roger, he's taking great delight in this.
You're about to get blown away again. And the wind's changed directions a little bit too. Roger changing hands. Pete wasn't entirely convinced. But when you're bowling this well,
It's a bit like, you know, a basketballer shooting the threes. You just keep giving it to him. And if he calls something, you go with it.
exactly right.
Because he's full of confidence at the moment. And he's dead smack on line, just a
Fraction short.
which may be useful later on. Got a couple of shots, so...
Curry would be looking to just arrive. A little bit of movement would be handy. Skirting that front bowl was always going to be a little bit of an issue.
What's Darryl got for us? He's in the area too here. Got a nice pace about it. Gets it.
Oh, he just got the wrong side of it.
Oh, he's rolled it through.
That little swinger that we talked about earlier called it perfectly. Just looking for that little swing of weight. Sounds like he's missed his line, and that's exactly what's happened, but
Is she gone?
she's gone.
Something similar from Darryl. Same sort of pace. Oh, he's gone to the back now.
Does Pete play a little defensive, knowing that obviously these boys are looking for movement, but since the last couple of ends haven't quite gone their way with the weighted shots. Do they then fall into the trap of Somerton pulling it back a little bit to change it?
Yeah, I
And
think.
you almost waste a bowl back there rather than build the head and build the pressure.
Well, I think the pressure's on anyway because I think they're holding three
Yep.
now because of the shot. They had nothing behind, significantly behind. So just to cover, just to make sure, the last thing you want to do is for the kitty to go back.
Yep.
All of a sudden you're playing two bowls and drop it 2 or a 3 by not drawing it close.
Put one back early.
Yeah.
It's there. Don't have to worry about it after that. And
Yep.
then the skip.
He can control the game, so to speak.
Yep.
A little surprised Pete's coming in this hand, but just trying to beat Linton's bowl on the wing. Ooh, okay, that's
It does change it a
Yeah.
little bit, doesn't it?
just the one down. Definitely change the hand, play the forehand, move Kitty back.
Well, he's only got to poke it through that hole
Yeah,
6-8 inches, and it's
plays the forehand.
yeah.
Yeah, 6 inches. Yeah, all of a sudden pick up 4.
Were you surprised that Josh went with weight there?
No,
No. Jeff obviously having a bit of a chat to Josh there. Well, that's a
he's
great
close
ball.
here. Oh, very nice.
Well, the eyes light up, don't they?
They do, but Josh has got such a good draw game. I don't know why he doesn't play more draw bowls.
Yep.
Sometimes he just favours the drive a little too much.
Just needing this to let go. It has. And I got the 1.
He's liking the blue at the front.
Yep.
Like I'd much prefer to see Josh play that sort of way
Yes, then the flat out speed. Yep.
than the flat out speed.
Well, that's why I was surprised that he played the full drive on the first bowl.
It is one to Somerton.
Bad luck.
Sorry, Lockleys.
Roll to beat this one. What do you see?
Sometimes when it's not your night, it's not your night, is it? You know, he's played a ripper of a bowl and got the movement of the kitty that he wanted, and to lose the measure by a cigarette paper or 2.
Yeah. Things are starting to get a little bit ugly for a couple of
The rinks.
the Lockleys rinks. I think we might have got lucky again and got a pretty good rink and some excellent bowls being played.
Lockleys short on their jack roll there. Linton taking the mat all the way back, going.
3/4. Well, he's going to actually make the full distance here.
He's gone pretty close tee to tee.
Yeah.
Right, will we see the overarm come out?
Nah, the green's running a nice speed.
Absolutely.
Look, you can play that one. Take the ball in
Good
front.
line here from Dean.
Well, if that kitty had been on the tee, it would have been a good bowl. Or reasonable bowl anyway.
It's above ground. Always useful, especially when you start playing the longer lengths.
Linton watching this one with a bit of intent. And for good reason.
Yeah.
See if Dean can correct here. He's been pretty good on his correction.
Here again.
Might just be a touch short, I think.
Yeah. Just corrected it a little too much.
Easy to do for new bowlers, isn't it? You know, that, you're over on your first, short on your second. Certainly one thing you learn pretty quickly.
Yep.
Putting two bowls together is an advantage. Trying to cut down those long and short ones. And we all do them.
Oh, yeah.
Unusual. Linton being a touch short there.
Even the experienced guys do it.
Exactly right.
Yeah. That wind's just starting to pick up again. Just in the back, the wind moving around a fair bit in the trees.
It disappeared there for 5 or 6 ends, and we had some absolute cracking bowls, and now we're back to guessing the line, the length, what the wind's going to do.
Let's see what Roger's got in store. He's in the area again. Which is pretty good weight.
Yep.
Second wood.
Curry in a good area here too. Weight looks very, very good from here. Just got to run. Gee, 3/4 of the way down. That looked like it was on it.
He's in the area again. Start swinging late.
Roger's weight's been fantastic today.
Yeah,
And he's
that might
got a
be
shot.
one.
Yep. Curry looking for a foot more. Maybe a foot and a half. And he's got his foot and a half, but unfortunately it's short. Darryl looking to play that same hand and just getting back to Roger's bowl.
Yep.
Would be the call.
It's Roger's bowl.
Pete just giving him jack high.
Just a little narrow. Gets around it though. Oh, well, one way to do it.
Exactly right. Got the result.
Gave himself an opportunity by being up there.
Dan looking just to draw on that backhand side. Looks a little speedy. But here it comes. Well, I think the weight was actually right in the end. It looked, again, out of the hand, looked a little quick and then slowed down quite quickly.
Yeah, just green starting to slow down. Played here a few night games at Somerton, and they do drop quite quickly in pace.
Some big numbers over on some of those other rinks. Luke Petersman over Theo Katsivas, 29.8.
Darryl's just dropped his weight a little. Great line.
Dan looking for that little swinger. Josh's got a bit of work here to do now, hasn't he? It's
Yeah, he seems to be struggling a bit.
it's not falling his way at the moment, but
No.
as we know, it can all change within a couple of bowls. But Pete's put in some very, very good bowls at just the right time and created that indecision in Josh's mind a little bit.
Yeah, they've worked extremely well as a 4. He's in the area again.
Too far away. It's just going to be the legs again.
Yeah. Yeah, she's dropping that 1 or 2 seconds. Josh playing weight again. Missing on the outside.
Oh, he got the one out that he needed to. So he's still the one though.
Yeah. One down now. Thrown that a little bit wider.
I wouldn't think it's holding up any extras. I think it's just draw. Okay. Oh, he almost took out his own shot bowl then too.
Yeah, it's interesting. So he doesn't trust his draw.
Which is crazy because the last few ends that he has drawn, he's drawn either close enough to shot or second wood when they've been down a 2 or 3 number. So
Watched him play some amazing games just playing draw bowls. I suppose the scoreboard's
across the board, yeah.
yeah,
I suppose in the position Somerton are, top of the table. They're a couple of games ahead of second, third, and fourth,
Yep.
and fifth, and so on. They're in control of obviously this game. They're not worried about shots up and shots down as far as making the finals or a final 2 spot or whatever. Is it a case you just stick to that game plan and no matter what happens, happens?
yeah, it's interesting. It is his fallback.
Yeah.
Like, if he's in trouble, he doesn't try and draw out of trouble. He tries to drive out of trouble.
Yep.
Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But like I said, I've seen him play plenty of games just, draw bowls, and he can be very effective.
Absolutely. Great start from Linton and a pretty good one here from Dean.
Yeah. It's back to that sort of 3/4 length again.
I mean, Josh is having to drive with a lot of bowls. Somerton don't have a lot of bowls in the head when he's having to drive. And when they have had bowls in the head, Roger's come along and played that perfect weight and turned a bowl out or sat and stayed for a number or just slightly moved the kitty a couple of times. So it's born out of frustration more than anything, isn't it?
Most likely, yeah.
Dean changing hands. Unusual for a lead sometimes.
Yeah.
To be given that luxury.
Yeah, I would have kept on playing the way he was playing.
Yep.
He only has to beat his bowl on the outside, so to speak, and finish behind. And
It's got value.
exactly. And now where it is, it allows Curry to play this type of shot, play a little bit of weighted shot.
And if he misses, he's going to be in a handy home.
Yep. There's only one place that kitty's going, and that's to Curry's.
That's right. Strategy's been outlined pretty early here.
Roger might change things up a bit. He's watching intently again. He's pretty close to...
Well, another bowl in the head.
Yeah.
Certainly the percentages are in Somerton's favour here, because if Curry does move that kitty,
He's in a better line here.
if he moves the bolts, handy too.
Yep.
And he's got value everywhere there.
Yeah. Perfect position behind. Vincent's a holding shot. Jack away.
Although this man, once he's jumped on the mat tonight, has done something most ends. So
Yeah, this one's a little bit loose, I think. He's human.
commentator's curse once
Yeah.
again. And Dan has drawn pretty well tonight as well. And again, the commentator's curse comes into play.
Oh, wow.
Well, when you're having that kind of night,
Who said Dean's bowl was ineffective?
it might have been you on that occasion, it wasn't me. Out of anything that he could have hit, that was probably the one he didn't want to hit. Dan saying that it's an absolute cruel game, and we have to agree with you, mate. 100%. I bet he couldn't have done that if he tried.
Darryl in a very useful position here. Coming down. It's very close.
And falls over. Well, Dan with a good sense of humour there, really. I mean, at the end of the day, there's not much you can do. It's a cruel game, as he said. And he gets a chance here to fix it.
He's fixing it.
He's fixed it.
And would be playing the forehand and trying to cover those three bowls at the back, I think.
Absolutely.
And that's what. Pete's seen it. Even if he slightly gets the edge of the kitty on the way through, that would be perfect. Just hide that.
Tuck it in. Yep.
It's pretty close here. Very close.
Just to draw it.
That's pretty handy.
Ouch, that hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's not a bad bowl from your third.
Nope.
Bit of a raw smile from Josh.
It's an end of mixed fortunes, isn't it? A little bit like, you know, a couple of good lead bowls. Curry does all right with his two.
It's gone that time.
Yep, and we're replaying the end. You know, Rogers played a couple of good bowls in good positions there. Dan plays a bowl that's a bit unlucky, turns opposition bowl into the head for shot, then fixes it, and then Darryl comes along and just draws an absolute perler.
Josh plays great drive.
Exactly right. We start again. Almost minimum length to the tee.
Somerton have edged in front in the Nathan Peterson, Stephen Jones ring. They're up to 18-15.
Some big numbers being put on 17 and 18 at the moment.
Yeah, both Somerton rings pretty strong when you've got Scooter Taylor playing 3.
Good start from Dean. Small correction from Linton. It's not too much. He's just passed. Gets inside his own. He's probably pretty close.
Just came up a bit too quick on that one. Dean just needs to promote his own, or just around it.
He's around.
Yeah, fairly handy there. Yeah, 2 good bowls.
Here's the man I think that can do some good damage here and start getting bowls in the head in Kari. We haven't seen the best of him yet, have we?
No, he's been outplayed by Roger, but I think Roger would have outplayed most players today. In the 2 position, he's played it very well. Again, he's given himself an opportunity. Maybe just a fraction too strong this time.
Probably looking to punch Dean up a little bit.
Yeah.
Bit cheeky playing that as a number 2. But he's played it so well today that you go, you know what, hey, keep going the way you're going.
Cameron's just struggled tonight.
Very unusual. He's always pretty steady. He puts the bowls in good positions. Draws very, very well.
Roger taking a bit of pace off this time.
No. Got a little opening here now for Somerton.
Still down 2.
No,
I know there's nothing.
But there is a bit of an opening to just put that little bit of pressure on. A couple of good draw shots from here from Dan. And a couple from Josh, and all of a sudden things can change pretty quickly.
He's just a bit strong too. Got
Maybe
everyone confused this one.
Maybe I'm a little too positive. I'm looking for the positives here for Somerton, mate. Because it's been...
Scoreline's pretty positive overall.
Well, overall, I agree. But Lockleys have played very, very positive so far.
Yeah. Here we go again. Darryl's very close here. He just bumps this up a bit. Oh, a bit unlucky. Interesting to see which way Dan goes first. He's been given the option of drawing.
I mean, he's half walked up. I'd actually prefer him to walk all the way up and slow down, take your time, look at the bowls. Because if he's not sure, confirm it in your own mind, then step on the mat and away you go.
Yeah.
Well,
yep.
He gave away a shot, got shot, and now is holding shot.
Yep.
So you got all 3 results there.
Wow.
And again, all you can do is laugh. Nah. Look, the shot was there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just got the right amount of spin. Pete calling for Darryl to play ditch weight. Have you seen Darryl play too many ditch weight bowls in your time at Lockleys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't hit that. He would have been all over it.
More the second half of the season,
Yes.
when the greens were a little bit quicker.
Quicker, yep.
Yeah.
I think as a foursome, this foursome have actually played their roles perfectly tonight.
Yes. Yep.
They've done what they needed to do. If Dean's slightly been off, Roger's been on.
Yep.
Then Daryl's been on, and then Pete's just had to play whatever needed to be played. And
Yep. Occasional big bowl when
big
he
bowl,
needs it.
exactly right. If Dean and Roger have been off a little bit, Daryl's been on, and then Pete's played a couple of big bowls. So
Yep.
they've had all the answers.
Yep. Just,
Did he give that away?
I think there might be. Is that Dan's in there?
Oh,
or-
it is Dan's bowl, yes.
Yeah.
Hard one to draw, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit quicker at the back there. He's got to draw an absolute pearler at the moment. Plenty of grass.
Pretty close here. What's it going to do at the bank?
Oh,
Play the bomb.
well,
It's always the question you are going to ask, isn't it? What's
Exactly
going to do
right.
at the bank?
Josh looking to draw.
We'll just put his bowl in.
Oh, that was close as well. Well, at the moment on this rink, Lockleys have all the answers, but overall, Somerton have the answers overall.
Yeah, they've got the guns. Go from Pete. He's not too far away again here. Again, what's going to do on the bank?
Oh, he's drawn an
he's drawn a
absolute
shot.
pearler. Well, wow. Well,
And the sportsmanship at the end.
I'm gonna say Paradise Motors shot of the day by a long way today. That is an
Look at that.
absolute pearler.
Wow.
Pete Talia absolutely timing it to perfection. And that little lip just held it up. Well, when it's your day, isn't
It's
it?
your day. Yeah.
We've all had those as well.
Yeah. But their day's been on all good bowls. And they've worked very well as a four.
All right, we better start talking a bit of tactics here. How does Somerton get back into this game from 17-11 down?
Well, it's the obvious one. Get bowls closer.
Well, yes,
but it is getting more bowls in the head.
Yeah.
I think all up that Lockleys have had more bowls in the head.
yes,
Therefore, they can play the shots they're allowed to play.
Yep.
And like I said, they've worked very well as a four.
Yep.
When one person's struggling, another person
stepped up.
steps up.
Yep.
So they've always got, generally speaking, there's only been one end where they dropped a multiple.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else has been really tight.
Yes,
And you watch bowls like this from
Dean,
Dean.
lovely
who's,
correction.
You know, puts one on, straight away the pressure's on the opposition.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to get a number when the first bowl, the opposition bowls on the...
Conversely, what do Lockleys want to keep doing?
Doing what they're
They
doing.
don't want to change a damn thing, do they?
No. They change anything, it could go to
Yes.
the mud, so to speak.
Roger just looking to get past that bowl, really. He doesn't need to fatten it up, knowing that...
Yeah, he just meet Linton's bowl on the back.
Yep.
It's been unusual where he's just needed to play a draw bowl slightly over, and he's just probably left it a little bit short when he's got the opposition bowl on as shot bowl, he's always playing through. Yep. So it's interesting then.
He get a little bit gun shy going back this way last end, where he did play that little bit over, looking for Dean's bowl to push up.
Quite possibly,
yep.
Quite possibly. But again, gets a little bit of a helping hand from Carrick.
Bit of extra grass.
And the wind is back again.
Yeah,
in a big way.
Can't believe it's going to be 36 tomorrow.
Hard to see it at the moment.
No.
That's good extra grass. That's a good ball.
If it is, it's going to be very late in the afternoon, I think.
Roger just pulling up a bit short again here.
Yeah, you might be right. He might have just been a bit gun shy after his... Maybe time for a beer or something like that.
Walk around the clubhouse, just refocus a little bit.
Yeah.
Kari unusually short.
Yeah, maybe the pace of the greens just slowed down.
That's half a ball in front. That one. That's a complete ball in front.
Time for Darryl just to get in behind, cover Linton's bowl. And it's going to almost count.
Yeah, the green speed's probably down to 13.5, 14 seconds, so it has dropped probably 2.5 seconds since the start of the game, so...
Dan's played a pretty good bowl here. And he's opened it up now that we can see it. That plays the same bowl as he did, with just a touch more weight. He probably picks up the kitty this time round, doesn't he?
Yep. Daryl's in the area again, all on his way.
There it is, that change of green speed, isn't it?
Yep.
Just catching a few out. Dan calling it pretty early. His first one wasn't too bad. He certainly has given himself opportunity by kicking that kitty out now. If he gets around that, he's going to be close. Well, if he gets around it, he'd win all over it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but...
Darryl putting in a perfect bowl just at the right time.
Yeah, in the face.
Shows you the game of bowls, doesn't it? You can be bowling pretty well and miss by a quarter of an inch, half an inch, and it makes all the difference.
Yeah. But you find when you are bowling very well,
yes,
you seem to get around those.
And you find it. Yep.
Yep.
Agreed.
You know, and all of a sudden you're just, an inch or two away from the kitty. Just slightly off, that's when all of a sudden things start going against you.
Absolutely. Pete just pulling up short again. Josh on the draw. Well, if he follows the same line as Dan's, now that Darryl's has just moved a little bit, He's just opened it up a little bit for him, hasn't he?
Yeah. It's played with a fair bit of way.
And he's got around it. Boy. He could almost afford to be a touch wider and just let it just swing in a little bit.
Yeah. Tails doesn't follow his bowls too many times. He normally likes it when he does.
Yeah, his weight's pretty good here.
Yeah, that's number 2, I would say.
I can't get it like up and over onto Kitty up the middle. Nah. Too far away. Can I get them both if I play that? Yeah, oh, yeah, get it.
All right. The angles didn't sort of line up for me, but they see it differently.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying before. They see shots that never even look at it. But he's got 3 feet to draw.
Agreed. Especially when things aren't going your way, just get some confidence, get the shot, get the end, change the mat,
Yeah.
take the 1 run.
Maybe 2 here. Not just the 1.
Just the 1. I mean, the only thing I could see there was him playing off of Darrell's bowls, but the way that Dan had sort of explained it, it was off the front bowl of Peters to knock the second bowl out there.
Yeah.
Hard to get it at that pace.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just from my point of view, the angles that we can. I mean, we get the view of the camera here in front of us, but we also can see it live.
Yeah.
Now, what we saw live was completely different to what we're seeing on the screen as far as the angles go. But being aggressive like that, when you said 3 foot to draw, just slow it down a little bit, take your time.
Yep.
Get the mat back, get the score back a little bit closer, can make a huge difference.
Yeah, yeah. And especially, may not matter now in this game, but you've got more important games coming forward. That's when, if you let things continue on and that type of thing, obviously you could pay a fairly severe price.
Yep.
But the club itself is, 2 times defending champion. So as a whole group of 16 bowlers,
You've got to back them.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I think that's a sign of a strong club too, that that you back your players. If things don't quite go right one week, hey, don't worry about it. Next week we'll do better.
Yep.
Dean's on a good track here again. And sometimes your opposition can play
too good.
Yep. You know what I mean? Like I was saying on the podcast the other night, that we played against Tomo up at Modbury there. For 17 ends, he was no further than a foot and a half from, it was the 17th end that he was 2 foot, and you know what I mean?
Yep.
And he converted everything early, and it just made a huge difference. So when you've got that happening, and then you've also got a team of 4 that are combining well together, it just makes it hard, doesn't it? And you've seen a couple of times there that, Rogers standed up on the mat there. He's played that big bowl where he sat a bowl. He's got in the head, and Dan's almost sort of gone, "Oh, come on, what have we got to do here? I want to step on the mat as a 3 with a shot to play."
Yeah.
I think Jeff Ayworth and Luke Petersma are fighting for
Rink of the week.
Yeah, Rink of the week, highest score of the week. Both hitting 30.
Well, they've got an advantage this week, haven't they?
They do.
They're playing 21 ends.
That's true. Yeah, we only get 18 tomorrow, don't we?
We do.
Be nice if you could just wait until the temperature hit 38, because like you said, it's a little chilly tonight, which means the morning's probably going to be nice and cool. But
Yeah, I think it's worth a discussion. Like, fully understand if the day before is in the high 30s.
yes,
Yeah, then you play early and play the 18 ends. But if the day before is low 30s and
Yep.
the temperature overnight isn't getting too extreme,
yes,
play until it gets 36 or 38 and then call it off.
that's right.
Yeah, some clubs up north may be at slight disadvantage, but so be it. For the majority of the clubs, I can't see us getting to 36 until
Or do you-
well late in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Or do you play Prem, Div 1, Div 2, potentially Div 3, play the 21 ends until the temperature,
I
and
think
then
you do it
everything
everyone-
below it?
I
or
think
everybody?
everything. I think everything. And let it get to the temperature.
Yep.
You know, the clubhouse is not too far away to keep drinking and all that type of thing and keep cool.
Yep.
You know, that day that they called off the pairs, I was out caddying golf at, Royal Adelaide.
Yes.
And everyone's playing golf.
Yes.
They're not telling people not to play golf.
Yep.
So,
Slightly older demographic though.
the golf's, well, with the exception of my son and
Yep.
his partner, the people he was playing with were in their 70s.
Wow.
So,
Food for thought for next season.
Shot balls are bowling.
There's always some good suggestions that come out of just having a conversation on bowls.
there is.
Would you like to see more Friday night games? I mean, obviously we're televising the next 4 or 5 weeks. Or
I
4 weeks, yep.
Yeah, I think they've got the Friday night games right. The issue before Christmas is the temperature. If
Yep.
you have cold nights, like tonight
Yes.
is on a warm day and people are starting to rug up, and I know there was a Friday night game before Christmas and everyone was freezing. I think there's a possibility of Sunday afternoon games.
Yes.
Or Sunday morning games.
Yep.
Whatever it may be, and play at that sort of time.
Yep.
Before Christmas.
Yep.
Again, one game that
Yep.
is highlighted.
Yes.
Don't want to play every game. So everyone else plays on a Saturday. You have one game. So everyone basically has one game at home
Yes.
and one game away on a Sunday and a Friday. Sunday before Christmas
Yep.
and a Friday after Christmas.
Yep. Well, that makes sense. It just cuts things down a little bit.
Yep.
People are working more and different hours and
Yep. And I think
families and
if you know it's round 1 and round 18 or whatever it is, or
Yep.
round 2 and round
Yep.
17, you can
fiddle things around to
Yep.
make it work. Yep.
and the kids might be surprised. Those, dads play bowls and that type of thing. They have dad home on a Saturday, not a Sunday. I'm sure things can, I think. It's
Well, they
just-
get to take them to swimming and
Yep.
athletics and other school activities that
Exactly.
they do.
Exactly. And it's a way of promoting this game.
Correct. What about a gather round style event where each couple of teams are playing at one club for a particular day and really making that a bit of a showcase?
Yeah, it's open, neutral, or neutral venue. One round or two over that. So would you have, say, 6 clubs playing a couple of rounds on the one Saturday, or just basically have 2 clubs playing in the morning and 2 clubs playing in the afternoon?
You could do. I like the split times format.
Yep.
I'm a big proponent of that. I think that could be something that, and we've for everyone out there for the podcast that I do, that we've brought it up. Going,
Yep.
Could the lower divisions, your introduction from night owlers to pennant bowls, could you potentially have a split times where the bell rings at about the halfway mark? You could use that as your switch over.
Yep.
And then getting those players into a Saturday comp could actually become a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But then you could also use that morning and afternoon for the Premier League and say Div 1, that you could do that, where you
Yep.
could have a couple of games going on through the day. It's great for the club. It's great for the promotion of sport.
Yep.
And then it gives other opportunity to for other people to come along and watch.
Food for thought. Peter, probably Lockleys holding a couple here. Peter just needs to a bit more on his last bowl. He's liking it again. It's all on his weight. Very close to his first bowl. Just needs to knock it over slightly. Or maybe
you can count both of them.
Yeah, could be holding 3 here.
Josh not backward and coming forward. He's going to go the weight again. Oh.
So Curry's beats the back one, so
Yep.
he takes the 3.
That's unlucky. He's gone flat out at it and it's moved the bowl sideways at only about 6 inches.
Was protected. Yeah, it's just basically cannoned off.
Yep. Gee, that was bad luck. Again, got a short jack roll.
He's got away with it this time.
He has.
3rd time lucky, I think. He's played very well. It's a simple action. Not a lot can go wrong.
Like I said, he's out on the green practicing, so
Yeah.
good opportunity. It's been that kind of night, hasn't it?
It has.
It's just everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, or everything that's been in the way has been hit. Jeff taking the lead in the Aworth-Petersma competition here.
Pretty handy bowl here from Linton.
Just getting back.
Can be used later on in the end.
All right, Roger's been off for a few ends now. Good chance for him to jump back on. And he's done exactly that. And nothing beats that 4 combination, does it? It's just, it's
They
simple
have-
stuff, but it
yeah.
works, doesn't it?
Oh, you get a combination that works. And the 4 of them are very similar personalities as
Okay.
well, which, that always helps.
Yes.
Just give them this a little bit.
Oh, he's covering the back.
Yeah.
Knowing that your opposition's aggressive, a little bit like that. Sometimes it's nice to put your number 2 to put a bowl back there.
Yep.
Intentional or unintentional.
Yep.
Kari with a lovely correction here.
See what Darryl will be playing. Backhand, just move Kitty back a
Foot.
Yep. It's in the area.
He's played it perfectly, I think.
Bang. Thank you.
Well,
The combination.
moved it 3/4 of a foot back and about 1/4 of a foot sideways, so it was perfect.
Yep.
Dan looking, nope, not happy. Might run into Kari.
Okay, we've got 2 now, Ray.
And has he blocked that line coming in? No.
One of those nights, isn't it? Dan, he hits that wide one before and drops it dead on the kitty. This time
Yeah.
he probably almost could have got Kari's to angle the right way and it ends up the other direction. Dan a little high again.
He's almost aiming at with the blue. Blue's almost the target, isn't it? Just
Yes.
flop off that and then can work off that.
Again, Pete Talia's team have put bowls in good positions and made it awkward. Time and time and time again.
Yeah. He's in the area. Yeah.
Well, he's sort of framed it a little bit now,
Yeah.
hasn't he? Because that angle that Josh can work off of is there. Probably makes it a touch easier to get to now, doesn't it?
Yep. Wham. Got it.
Oh, bad
went
luck.
flush. Wow. Wasn't seeing that.
Nope. I think at the last metre mark it was ducking beautifully and just held its line.
Yep.
If I'm Pete, I'm staying relatively away from this, aren't you?
Don't think he is, though.
Oh, big chance. Big chance.
He hasn't fattened it up any bigger.
No.
Josh looking for a little deft touch for draw. He's not too far away here.
Just going to bounce away from
That's
it, unfortunately.
bad luck.
Yeah.
He's played an absolute beauty, but doesn't get the result for it. But that's the kind of bowl that he can do. That I think that's what we're sort of
Yes.
alluding to, isn't it?
Yeah.
That he's not far off the mark when he does it.
No.
And he had a lot less room than 3 feet there to draw, and he almost drew it perfectly. So
Yep.
he probably gets it flush. He gets the result. If he gets around it, he probably just squirts it out.
Yeah.
After a promising start from Lockleys there, it was tied early on, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It wasn't too many shots in it after the first, 20
Yeah.
20 odd ends.
Halfway mark it was, 9 shots, I think.
Yep.
But this is the strength of Somerton. That the last half of their games, they come home strong.
and it's going with all 4 rings. That's the beauty of their 4 rings are very consistent.
Yes.
And matching up well with all 4 rings. That's what the other clubs need to do to knock them off.
Absolutely. And also the card draw sometimes plays a big part in that, doesn't it? Because
Big part, yep.
you know, there's some days where you just look at across the rinks and you go, we've got the matchups right for us.
Yep.
And then you look across some weeks and you go, I don't know about that one, I don't know about that one.
Yep.
The bar's been set high.
Yeah.
And
Oh, look, you know, I think top 2 are pretty much set. After that, I think maybe a little bit open.
yep.
Adelaide might be the dark horse
Yes.
in regards to who they have. Always a different team when finals come around and that last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yes.
So they might have a little bit of a dispute with me over that one. But I think it's those 3 and then whoever.
Yep.
Like you say, Modbury's coming home well at the moment. And a few other, you never know.
Grange, a bit of an enigma lately.
Yeah.
Westlake's been an enigma lately.
Yeah.
Would have expected them to sort of get everything right second half of the season, but it hasn't quite worked out that way.
Yeah, that the loss to Lockleys might come back and bite them.
Yeah.
We have talked about a gather round type thing, right, and it could happen. So we've got to do a bit of negotiating with the clubs to do it, but it's an idea we thought of, and yeah, I think it might happen. Yeah, I've heard them talking about it, I think it's a good idea, so
Roger doing Roger things.
we could say, yeah.
Still overall round peak.
Well, if you had to pick out of the 4 for Lockleys, who'd be your player of the rink for Lockleys at the moment, or is it?
I think it's a pretty easy one. That
Yep.
one. I think Rogers bowled.
He did
He's
that damage.
butt
He
off.
did that damage early, didn't
Yeah.
he? That was the key.
You know, I think pretty much he's only had 2 bad ends.
Yep.
From what I can remember, he's given his bowls always a chance. He's helped his lead when his lead was in trouble.
Yep.
Not much more you can ask for your number 2. But very much a team performance.
Well, I was waiting for you to say that actually. when I posed the question, I thought you were going to go, it's all 4 of them because they have played as a group together really, really well. But I think Roger did, like I said, the damage early.
Yep.
Really made sure that he was up and at the head early, changed the head when he needed to, changed the angles a bit.
Yeah. And very close.
And for the Somerton 4, who do you think's had the bet her game today?
It's a tough one, that one. No one's really stood out as such.
Yep.
They've all put in
They've all had their moments, haven't they?
yeah, but probably not as consistent as the Lockleys 4.
Yep.
And that's pretty much the difference. Even occasional loose bowl there, they get a bit of luck. That's probably played a part in the game as well. The Lockleys have, as well as bowling, they've had that ounce of luck as well, which always helps. But that seems to come with good bowls as well.
Well, that's right.
Sort of create your own luck.
Yes. Yeah, when you got it, you got it, and when you don't, it just seems to disappear pretty quickly. Josh just trying to work out whether they've got it or they haven't. Yeah, he's pointing one down, and Josh has had to step up on the mat most ends, hasn't he, where they've been down.
Yeah.
And sometimes down 2 or 3.
Yeah. You know, they've tried a few things to change, you know, different lengths, and different spots in the mat and those type of things, and
Just hasn't quite worked.
hasn't quite worked, no.
Pete walked away from that pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
it was
and
pretty
for,
loose.
And for good reason. Josh playing with a little bit more controlled weight. He's taking out the shot bowl.
Yeah, so maybe holding 1, possibly 2.
Pete a little bit wide here.
Yeah, he gets around the...
Off there.
he's just run out of puff as well.
Well, from memory, this might be the first multiple
For a long
sometime
time.
For a long time, that's
Yeah.
right.
No, not there again.
And that concludes the show rink there.
Yeah, they might be moving cameras.
Yep.
We might be going over to the
Nathan Pedersen.
Stephen
Jones.
Jones rink, which
Yep.
is in contention here. By the look of it,
Well done to Peter Thaler and his team there.
Yeah.
As
very
we've
well played.
mentioned towards the end here, that all 4 of them have played well and they combined well at various stages and didn't have too many loose bowls, which
No.
was really, really handy.
Just
I had 2, so that one only just make it into 1 and a measure. Yeah, 1 down.
Nathan, no one saw the first bowl here, but he wasn't too far away.
Switch into that one. Just got to make sure they clear the head now.
He's played a beautiful bowl there. Absolute cracker, and I think they might be
Couple
down the
down.
1 and down the 2.
yeah. Couldn't have played it any better,
Nope.
but
Well, the first one was right on line. It just got the front bowl, but he sort of said on the way back, good, it's out of the way, for good reason.
so 21-20 on playing the 20th end. So again, a good match here from the Steve Jones rink.
Well, that's been tight
All the
all,
way through.
all the way through, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Steve got a bit of a jump early.
Yep.
And then Nathan obviously coming back with a few ends there, and it's been neck and neck since.
Yeah. So you've got this is Peter Phillips on the mat for Lockleys. So again, he's played a lot of bowls at Lockleys. Very good lead, very consistent.
Good to see the crowd hanging around.
Yeah, they've had a good night.
A couple of handy leads for Lockleys here. You know, we've just seen, Dean for 3/4 of the game, was pretty good. A couple of loose ones, we get that, no problem. I've heard a couple of times Steve Jones call out, well done to Pete. So,
Yep.
especially early on when it was a little bit windy and whoever got to the kitty first generally was holding the shot. It really helps, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh,
It does.
It's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Read that score on the M1.
37. The extra weight. Good ball, Pete Phillips.
Again, very nice from Pete. Just slight correction on his last. 2 great bowls.
And 2 bowls
Yeah.
practically in the same area.
So we've got Tony Lucas on the mat for Somerton. Well known around the traps. Just a little bit strong. Got Arnie Fraser on the mat for Lockleys.
A lot of these players have had to step up this
Oh,
year, haven't
haven't
they?
they?
Because
Yeah.
of the depth, obviously, that we all know that Lockleys lost over the lovely start.
A lot of these guys play on the Wednesday.
Yep.
Last year and the year before, so I know that Wednesday comp's a lot different.
Yep.
It's a little bit more social and that
there's-
type of thing.
But they're
they get their,
exposed to good bowls.
yeah, exactly.
Makes a big difference. Scotty Colville.
Arnie, forehand, beating this one. It's a foot behind. Slow away from the jack, beat that one.
He's going to finish in a very good home. Just shows you, keep it simple.
Yep. Oh,
Just play to your strengths.
with Steve being skip, you know exactly what
You're
he
gonna
wants.
get.
There's no, I want a bowl here. You know exactly what. It's
Yep.
not. Oh, just play this or this.
Yes.
Ray, I reckon you're here as well.
As you probably can hear him talking, he's very direct. But you know exactly from your skip what you want.
And is this a rink that's been together? Well, obviously this year, yes.
Yeah.
But Wednesdays, they would have played a little bit together as well?
Not a lot, but Steve and Ray, again, their personalities, even though they're probably very opposite personalities, they gel very well together.
Yep.
Ray Howard's played a lot of bowls, very well known, again,
Yes.
around the circles.
Absolutely. Chris Dew
Yeah,
making the move to Somerton.
he has, been here a couple of years.
Yep. Was it West Lakes and then Millswood previous to that as
Yeah.
well? So,
He's found home here.
yes. Chris missing by I don't know how much, but it wasn't much. A coat of varnish.
Yep.
Played with Chris at the Australian Open a couple
Okay.
of years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, partner pulled out last minute, and he was looking for a game, and we ended up getting through the knockouts. So had a lot of fun actually.
Yeah, no, it's a good couple of weeks of bowls up there.
Absolutely. Lovely bowl here. Just going to run out of puff.
You going to do that again soon or off the radar?
Potentially this year. Not sure whether it's this year or I'll wait until next year.
Yeah.
Started a new job late last year, so it's a little harder to
Get those couple
get
of weeks.
those couple of weeks.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
No.
Nope.
No. Enjoy barley too much.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah, no. Have a break from bowls.
Yep.
But anyone out there who is thinking of going,
It's
it is a great couple of weeks of bowls.
It is a good experience, isn't
Yep.
it? It's almost that rite of passage. You just got to do it.
Yep.
Even if it's for one event, just get up there and then spend a couple of days at some of the wonderful clubs that obviously put on and host the events.
Yep.
And you meet some great people from
Oh, yeah.
all over Australia
Yep.
and all over the
Zealand.
world and
Yep.
New Zealand. Exactly
Yep.
right.
Yeah. And you never know who you might get to play,
Correct.
which is one of the beauties of this sport.
I reckon the first year I went up there, on the rink next to me was Wayne Turley, and on the other rink, no, 2 rinks down from me was Aaron Sheriff.
Yep.
And we played at Helensvale. It poured with rain, and 25 minutes later we're out there and it was rolling as fast as this now.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, I had that similar experience 3 years ago when I played in singles, and my wife kept on looking to the left. She wasn't watching my bowls because Barry Lester was
Yes.
it's 2 rings over.
Fair
So,
call.
yeah.
It is a good delivery, mate. It's a good one to watch and
yes.
emulate.
Yes. I don't think she was looking at this delivery.
Fair call.
She should be asleep.
Nathan's stalking this one, but it's not going to get there.
So there's a couple of shots here to Lockleys. And another shot and make things interesting.
Slightly heavier greens are certainly catching a few out late here.
A little bit of a great wall being built in front as well for Peto.
Does he play with that swinging weight, though?
Yeah. Nathan Peterson on the mat.
Right, backs himself to draw it.
It's pretty close. Is that swing?
He's close.
Is that swing?
Oh, what a bowl.
No.
Didn't get the result, but what a bowl.
All right, all square playing the last. So there will be a victor.
Well, it's probably been fitting of this rink, hasn't it? Because it's been like this all day. He sort of hurt himself there a little bit, didn't he? Because his first one was just in the way of what he needed to get around.
Yeah.
Well, we saw a couple of beauties from Pete Phillips coming back this way a few ends ago.
Yep.
Let's see what he can do here. Can he get Stephen Jones off to a good start?
In the area again.
Yep.
Swinging in nicely. Great startup.
As a skipper, you love seeing that, don't you? You know,
Yeah.
just puts your mind at ease going, you know, at least they've got something there early.
Yep.
Tony looks to be in the area. It's just going to all be on his weight now.
His weight's pretty good. Pretty handy.
Tony says, we want this end. We want to win this rink. It's a good way of doing it.
So we can pick up the end of that one too.
Tony not 100% sure out of the hand, although it is going to swing late. If he gets back to that second bowl, it's going to be
Pretty
a good
useful.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, one on behind. Perfect.
Jeff Oworth kicking away there.
Yes, we're going to go.
We are going to go to that rink after we finish here.
Pretty handy bowl here from Arnie. Yep, very nice bowl. Oh, he might even have a shot.
Even have a shot, yeah. Scotty looking to arrive. Maybe a foot of weight. Just trying to get some sort of movement.
No.
It was the right weight, just held.
Yeah, the breeze just kicked up, I think. Nice hearing the skip say that. Don't mind cutting the head. Give yourself a chance. Take away all the negative thoughts.
And he's right, it is early too, you know what I mean? So there are options aplenty.
So here's Lockleys are holding shot.
Nath likes it out of the hand.
Yeah.
He's pretty close here.
Don't normally give...
Yep.
You don't normally give Scotty Colville 2 looks at the same bowl.
Yes.
He's had plenty of great games against Scott, and he is deadly if you let him look at the same bowl twice.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I did say that Roger was the only one with an arm here. I missed Ray right in front of me.
Yeah. It's definitely kept him in the game.
Yep. Somerton currently holding 3 here. Nathan calling just for a position bowl. Scotty did the damage.
Yeah. He played it a little bit tighter.
Yeah, he might.
No danger.
No damage,
No
thank
damage,
God.
yeah.
I think the way Nathan put his hand on his head there, I thought that he'd picked up the kitty then.
And probably Nathan knows what Razor's like as well, so he doesn't mind having a look.
I'm sure he's seen plenty tonight that that he shook his head at and gone, no, we shouldn't have given him an opportunity.
Yeah, he's close here too.
He's just got to get down. Oh. The weight was right, actually.
Yeah. Nathan playing protective.
Yep, plugging the holes. Chris likes it. So does Nathan. Chris has played exactly what Nathan asked for.
Yeah.
There is a little port there.
Yeah, you can play underneath the blue
Yes.
for the shot bowl. Just don't know if they've got second wood. That's the only... May need to look at trying to get second wood.
Well, you would have seen Stephen play a bit at your time at Lockleys.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your thoughts here for him in what he can and can't do as far as playing that shot?
I think you still look at going underneath it.
Yep.
On the backhand.
Yep.
Jones is pretty unique. He does have a different take on the game.
Yes.
But yeah, he's definitely going the backhand.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to look at just coming underneath the blue and
Yep.
trying to knock or rest on the shot bowl.
Yep. And the port's there, isn't it? Might actually slide off of these. Well,
he's
that's
definitely
getting
got
second wood.
Second wood, so allows him to play onto the blue.
I'll overplay the line. If I miss wide, well, we got one anyway.
Well, I think that predicts Steve's next shot, doesn't it? He plays almost the same bowl, just a slightly tighter.
Yeah, I think so. Nathan's
Just
in
covering.
the area. Pretty close. Pretty handy bowl. Yeah, I think, just plays with a little bit more weight, just tries to...
We've got to think about it. But really, he
Yeah.
did play that hand
Yeah,
previously.
I wouldn't
The
be
port
changing.
is there for him to draw it to.
Yeah,
And if you give it away, you give it away.
yeah,
But really, at the end of the day, he gets shot bowl. He's probably picking up 2.
yep.
Forehand, I want you to come through that hole, hit that ball, and then you roll up that far and you get the shot.
It's pretty close.
Just got to let go.
If he still gets around his own, anything's possible here.
Oh, he's actually drawn shot.
Got the shot. Wow.
Nathan has a bit of a wry smile going, you've got to be kidding me. But it was a good bowl.
Yeah. Gave himself all the opportunities.
Well, I must admit, I didn't see him drawing shot that way.
No, but he had everything going his way.
Correct.
AFL.
So Nathan will probably play the forehand just to try and roll his bowl over. Just played a bit more weight than I thought he was going to. And that is a win to the Stephen Jones rink.
He stole it.
Well, picked his pocket, didn't he?
He certainly
He
did.
picked his pocket in the last end there.
Yep. Well done to Peter Phillips, Arnie Fraser, Ray Howard and Stephen Jones. One shot win over Tony Lucas, Scott Colville, Chris Dew, Nathan Patterson.
Well, Lockleys are going to take 2 rinks out of this. So,
Yeah.
look, they didn't come away with the chocolates overall. But it's a pretty fair effort.
Yeah, oh, it's a great effort. I think when we looked at the draw, I think a few people commented, why are we having this match? Well, we've had 2 very close and tight rings. The other 2 matches, and that's probably where Lockleys struggle a bit is with the
Depth.
with the depth.
Yep.
But to come away against Somerton, top team, and take 2 rings, it's not a bad effort at all. Just going to see the last few ends of the Jeff Ayworth
Ash Halls.
Ash Halls.
And looking over the rinks as we do in between some of the ends and shots, and Jeff Ayworth has drawn very well tonight, and there's been a couple of times where he's drawn an absolute right on the nose bowl, and then there's been a couple of times where they've been able to obviously get big numbers as well.
Yeah, look, I think Jeff, the way he plays his bowls is probably almost, from what my point of view, the way I like to see bowls played is perfect. His weight control is amazing.
Yep.
And then when he does need to play the big shot, very occasionally, he's pretty accurate with it. So, but his draw game is fabulous to watch. Got to watch it a fair bit over the trials and things like that. It was pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
And he makes the game, when you have a chat to him after the game, he makes the game sound so simple. It's all just, weight and line, and that's it. You don't have to worry about too much else. Wish it was so simple.
Well, some people see the game, like a big beach ball, and it's just there, and they just do it. Other people have got to work at it daily,
Yes.
weekly,
Oh, yes.
seasonally.
Yes. So we've currently got Clem McGough on the mat.
First bowl's around the mark. Usually a team that, wins by quite a bit, or in this case, 36 to 13 at the moment. The old saying, your front end decides if you win, your back end decides by how much.
Yeah.
I know it's a cliche, but just looking across the rink as the night's gone on, I think that has been the case.
Yeah.
The front end's been thereabouts, and got bowls in great positions, and then Jeff's drawn well, and David's obviously backed him up.
Yep.
Simon Burke.
Yeah. Got Darry on the mat. Again, good experience for him. Wouldn't have played too many Premier League games, so I'm sure he's learning heaps. Always interested in the game and how to improve himself, so I'm sure he's
A student of the game.
Learning heaps.
Yes. Sometimes you learn a lot more, don't you, by playing good opposition and getting touched up a little bit, you know. It does happen. We've all been there. We've all had it done to us. We've done it to others.
Yep.
But you do learn sometimes more from your losses or your defeats than you do from winning all the time.
Yeah. And, you know, the beer afterwards, you have a chat and, you know, you learn more.
Yep.
When you have a beer after the game and things like that.
Pick the brain of some of those players that have been around for a while.
Yep.
David just cutting the head a little bit.
Yeah, just that bit of breeze and a slowness. The green's getting that touch slower as the night wears on. Mark Ballstrom on the mat, just playing his the back end, giving it a try, just a fraction strong, but after seeing the last couple of bowls finish short,
Yep.
can understand why he probably put a little bit extra on it.
Ash normally in the commentary position, and he's on the green tonight.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
probably would have liked to have been behind the microphone. He'll be the first to say that Jeff probably had and his team had a great night.
Yeah,
And that's fair enough, that does happen.
yeah. He might be back in the commentary next week.
Yep.
Don't know. We're off to
Modbury
Modbury
playing Salisbury.
That should be a good game.
Absolutely.
There might be a bit of atmosphere to that game. So looking forward to going out there and doing a bit of commentary, which is
Absolutely.
next Friday night. And then the week after, we've got West Lakes and Grange.
Yep.
So hopefully the weather stays this good.
Absolutely. And then to round out the
Hawthorn and Ascot
Ascot
Park, which might decide a final spot, I think.
There's still a few weeks to go.
Yep. A lot can happen.
Absolutely.
Great delivery.
Very simple delivery, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
it
like you
is.
said a bit earlier. Didn't quite get the result that we talked him up, the commentator's curse.
Yeah.
But you're right, there's not a lot that can go wrong, is there? Ash watching it with great intent.
Just running into the front. Not his orange bowls. He would have been a bit tighter with his orange
Yep.
bowls.
Jeff liking his weight. It's just all down to his line now, isn't it?
Yeah, just crashing into the front poles as well.
Well, it's been a fantastic night here at Somerton.
It has.
Been a bit windy, but
Yeah.
the sun out a bit earlier was fantastic. A little bit chilly now. But absolutely fantastic night here at the Somerton Bowling Club. The crowd that have turned up have obviously enjoyed their bowls.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
Somerton walk away with the win.
Yeah. In the end, by 27 plus shots at the end. Probably just the difference is that the two rinks that won for Somerton won extremely well.
Yep.
But Lockleys put up a good fight, especially on the rinks that the rink we mainly covered, and the Stephen Jones rink as well. So hopefully we'll see you all again next week.
Absolutely.
And
how do you think Lockleys will go for the remainder of the season? Are they going to be a danger side for a few teams that are going to be skirting around that top 4, top 5?
I think so. I wouldn't take them lightly.
Yep.
I think there's enough talent there. They were missing a couple tonight.
Yep.
Don't take them lightly, or else, you might drop some points that you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
All right, mate. We might wind things up there. Thank you for obviously commentating tonight, and
Thanks for stepping in.
Thank you very much.
All
and
right, enjoyed it.
Enjoyed being here at the Somerton Bowling Club. We'll sign off now.
All right.
Thank
All
you,
the best,
mate.
folks. See you. Bye.